Hey everyone, you're watching RAWREVEALNETWORK, your trusted source for all WWE matches, rumors, and updates. Hit that bell and let's dive in. AEW Collision delivered a moment that fans will be talking about for years. Jon Moxley, known for his relentless intensity and uncompromising nature, faced one of the most audacious offers of his career from Don Callis, a manager notorious for manipulation and strategic alliances. Callis approached Moxley with promises of championships, resources, and influence, thinking he could sway one of wrestling's toughest and most principled fighters. But Moxley is no ordinary wrestler. He's a man who values authenticity, hard-fought victories, and standing by his principles above all else. In a moment filled with tension, defiance, and raw emotion, Moxley didn't just reject the offer. He made it clear that his path is his own, no compromises, no shortcuts, and no one controls him. The philosophy clash between Moxley and Callis. What makes this moment truly compelling is the philosophical clash at its core. Don Callis operates through strategy, influence, and manipulation. He views wrestlers as tools, assets to be deployed for maximum advantage. Jon Moxley, on the other hand, embodies a fighter's mindset. He values authenticity over convenience, effort over shortcuts, and principle over politics. This fundamental difference made the rejection inevitable, but the way Moxley handled it amplified the drama. He refused to entertain the offer, instantly signaling that there is no compromise when it comes to his values. For fans, this is a classic example of what wrestling storytelling can do at its best. It's not just about wins or losses, but about the personalities, ideologies, and moral lines that define the characters. Moxley's stand was a vivid reminder that wrestling can tell stories of integrity, courage, and resistance in a world often dominated by manipulation. Setting the stage. Don Callis's approach. The tension began with Don Callis's entrance, exuding confidence and control. He spoke about Moxley's accomplishments, influence, and legacy, initially creating the illusion of respect. For a brief moment, it seemed like Callis might acknowledge Moxley's formidable presence in AEW. However, it quickly became clear that the respect was superficial, a precursor to an offer rooted in manipulation. Callis proposed that Moxley join his faction, emphasizing the potential for championships, money, and power. Every word, however polished, carried undertones of disrespect because it misunderstood Moxley's core principles. Moxley is not motivated by strategic alliances or opportunistic gains. He thrives on competition, challenge, and earning respect through effort. Callis's offer, no matter how grand, fundamentally clashed with Moxley's values, setting the stage for an explosive confrontation that would define both characters in AEW. Moxley's uncompromising rejection. Jon Moxley's response was swift, decisive, and powerful. He didn't simply say no. He embodied his refusal with every action. Walking to the ring with his signature intensity, Moxley grabbed a microphone and directly confronted Callis. His words conveyed frustration, disdain, and moral clarity. Moxley made it explicit that he neither needed nor wanted Callis's support, emphasizing that his career has been built on self-reliance, courage, and unflinching authenticity. For Moxley, success isn't measured by alliances or shortcuts. It's measured by resilience, determination, and the willingness to face adversity head-on. This rejection resonated with fans because it wasn't only about storylines. It reinforced the essence of who Moxley is as a wrestler and as a person. It was a bold declaration of independence in a world often dominated by politics and manipulation. The physical confrontation. The intensity escalated when Moxley's words were followed by action. Don Callis's faction tried to assert control, but Moxley confronted them all with unrelenting force. The ensuing brawl highlighted Moxley's resilience and willingness to face overwhelming odds without hesitation. Each strike and defensive move showcased his combat skill and determination, emphasizing that his principles are backed by action. Fans were treated to a visual representation of Moxley's philosophy. He will fight anyone, anywhere, and refuse to compromise. The physicality reinforced the narrative of integrity versus manipulation, and the chaos in the ring amplified the emotional stakes. Moxley's unwavering stance amid numbers against him solidified his image as a principled warrior who refuses to yield, no matter the threat. The symbolism behind the rejection. Beyond the immediate spectacle, this rejection carries deeper symbolic weight. Don Callis represents the transactional, opportunistic side of professional wrestling, where strategy and manipulation often overshadow authenticity. Moxley's refusal, therefore, becomes a statement about the integrity of competition and the value of individual effort. By rejecting the offer so vehemently, Moxley affirmed that principles and honor matter more than temporary gains or strategic alliances. This narrative resonates with fans because it taps into a broader appreciation for authenticity in sports and entertainment. It's a reminder that wrestling can showcase not only athleticism, but moral conviction and personal courage, creating characters and moments that leave lasting impressions beyond the confines of the ring. Implications for AEW storytelling. The fallout from this confrontation sets the stage for months of compelling storytelling. Moxley's decision makes him a target for Callis' faction, establishing conflict and tension across multiple matches. This narrative provides AEW with opportunities to explore themes of loyalty, resilience, and the cost of principle. However, it also carries risks. Prolonged faction warfare can overshadow individual matches or dilute character impact if not handled carefully. AEW must balance action, storytelling, and character development to maintain engagement. Done well, this feud will highlight Moxley's toughness and the strategic threat posed by Callis' faction. Done poorly, it risks overcomplicating the story or undermining Moxley's credibility. The stakes are high, both narratively and for fan investment. Protecting Moxley's legacy and health. An important consideration in this storyline is Jon Moxley's physical well-being. Known for enduring punishing matches in extreme environments, Moxley's longevity in AEW depends on careful booking. While showcasing his resilience and ability to overcome adversity, AEW must balance action with protection. Overexposure to prolonged beatdowns or excessively dangerous situations could diminish the impact of his character or risk injury. By giving Moxley strategic victories, moments of triumph, and controlled challenges, AEW can sustain fan excitement while preserving the essence of his toughness. Proper pacing ensures the storyline remains compelling without compromising the wrestler's health, allowing Moxley to continue to be a defining figure in AEW for years to come. Looking ahead, potential storylines. This confrontation opens numerous storytelling possibilities for AEW. Moxley's war against the Callis faction can explore themes of resilience, strategy, and unity among wrestlers who share his principles. The faction's attempts to dominate will create tension, suspense, and dramatic payoffs. Potential allies could emerge, supporting Moxley in key matches or surprise moments, heightening narrative intrigue. AEW has the opportunity to craft an emotionally satisfying journey where Moxley overcomes adversity while maintaining his core identity. Careful storytelling can highlight his character growth, toughness, and moral resolve, while providing fans with compelling matches and memorable moments. This conflict can become a cornerstone of AEW programming, emphasizing both wrestling excellence and character-driven storytelling. A defining moment in AEW. Jon Moxley's rejection of Don Callis is more than a storyline. It's a statement about authenticity, integrity, and what professional wrestling can represent. By refusing to compromise his principles, Moxley reinforces his status as a true warrior, one whose legacy is built on courage, resilience, and uncompromising values. This moment sets the tone for his ongoing battles against Callis' faction and establishes him as a moral anchor within AEW. It's a reminder to fans and wrestlers alike that some choices define character, reputation, and the very essence of the sport. Moxley's stand against manipulation and opportunism is a moment that will resonate long after the brawls have ended, cementing his place as a legendary figure in professional wrestling.